Okay, so here's something absolutely fascinating about your daily ritual. You know matcha actually has significantly less caffeine than coffee, right? Cup for cup, coffee wins on raw stimulant power every single time. So why does matcha feel so incredibly different? You get that calmer, longer energy completely without those familiar jitters. Well, it turns out your brain is doing something with matcha that coffee alone simply cannot trigger. Let's get into this explainer and find out why. If you're someone who drinks both, you know exactly the physical feeling we're talking about. Coffee gives you this quick, sharp spike of energy, which, let's be honest, is almost always followed by a crash. But matcha? Matcha is just this calm, even wave. And honestly, understanding exactly why that happens is going to change how you look at your morning routine forever. So let's look at the baseline numbers for a second. A standard cup of drip coffee carries around 95 milligrams of caffeine. On paper, it is the undisputed heavy hitter of the morning. Now compare that to matcha, which usually clocks in at just 30 to 70 milligrams. Strictly looking at the raw stimulant power, there really should be no contest here. But matcha has this amazing secret weapon. It's a chemical plus one called L-theanine. And because matcha uses the entire ground leaf, you get a massive dose of it compared to steep tea. It's an amino acid found almost exclusively in tea leaves, and it fundamentally alters how your brain actually processes that caffeine. L-theanine triggers two really incredible effects simultaneously. First, it literally nudges your brain toward producing alpha waves. That's that wonderful state of relaxed but genuine focus. And second, it physically slows down your body's absorption of the caffeine. That right there is the mechanical secret behind your jitter-free energy. So let's talk about the real brain science and look inside the clinical trials. Because this idea of calm focus isn't just some catchy wellness marketing slogan. It has actually been rigorously tested. The timeline of evidence here is just super cool. Back in 2008, EEGs actually proved that L-theanine creates focused attention by shifting brainwaves. Then by 2010, researchers found that mixing it with caffeine yields faster, more accurate results with way less mental fatigue. Fast forward to a 2022 review of 11 different clinical trials, and it totally confirmed this combo absolutely outperforms caffeine all by itself. So while it's not going to magically rewire your brain overnight, the underlying claim is totally legitimate. As the science shows, matcha isn't just, coffee but weaker. It is a genuinely different chemical experience. And when a beverage is this effective, it goes mainstream incredibly fast. Matcha's popularity has just exploded. We're talking an 86% spike in US sales over just 3 years, cafe menus adding it left and right at a 30% year-over-year growth, and a global market that's closing in on $4 billion. But of course, massive demand creates a unique squeeze. Which brings us to the whole leaf catch, and the kind of unexpected reality of supply and demand. Think about how you make regular green tea. You steep the leaves in water and then you throw those leaves away, right? That discard step actually acts as a natural safety net, leaving behind trace elements the plant absorbed from the soil, things like naturally occurring heavy metals. While matcha skips that safety net entirely. Because you grind up and consume the entire leaf, whatever the plant absorbed naturally from the soil comes right into your cup. And recent testing definitely reflects this. Over the last few years, a 2019 study, a 2023 Consumer Reports investigation, and independent labs in 2024 and 2025 have all found detectable and sometimes elevated levels of trace heavy metals, like lead, in various commercial matcha brands. And yes, that even includes the organic ones. Now, this is a really crucial misconception we need to clear up. An organic certification is fantastic. It means the farming inputs are strictly regulated, so no synthetic pesticides. But it doesn't control the reality of the soil itself. Trace heavy metals occur naturally in the earth everywhere, completely regardless of what farming method was used. Which brings us to perfecting your daily ritual and how you can become a truly empowered consumer. First off, absolutely do not panic. And please don't swear off matcha. These heavy metals occur naturally in everyday foods you probably already eat, like coffee and cocoa. But the origin of your matcha really does matter. Instead of just looking for a fancy logo, seek out brands that provide current, transparent lab testing. A quick 5-second check on their website is literally your best tool. Matcha remains a brilliant, scientifically validated way to focus your mind. The ritual itself doesn't have to change at all, but it does leave us with one final question. Do you know exactly what's inside your morning ritual? Take a little bit of a closer look at your favorite tin tomorrow morning. You just might be surprised by what you find.